Hey everyone, welcome back to Beat of the Soul. I hope you're all well. It really annoys me how I can't pinpoint the exact moment that I discovered Children of Zeus. It's so frustrating. I need to start writing down how I discovered artists, how I came across them, what I was doing, where I was, who it was that put me on, etc. I need to make a list. I get really sentimental like that, and I hate when I can't remember how I came across someone. But I think it might be through going down a rabbit hole where my dad put me onto the Mouse Outfit and IMDb. I think I might have discovered them that way, but I'm not entirely sure. I am obsessed with their sound. You can hear so many different influences in their music, from funky house, garage, house, hip hop, R&B, soul music, etc. And I love all of those genres. Those genres that I just listed are some of my favorite genres. So it's really great to hear those influences. And even though you can hear those old school influences, their sound is still really fresh. And I think it's something we really need in the music scene. Their sound is just amazing, and it's not really like what anyone else is doing. So they've really crafted like an entire sound and lane for themselves, which I think is really cool. Their music is just good vibes, and I love their lyrical content. I truly feel like they have a song for everyone. So I'd really recommend checking out their discography if you haven't already. They've got 4 projects out now. So they have The Story So Far, Travel Light, Excess Baggage, and Balance. So definitely check them all out if you haven't already. And if you don't know who the duo are, so it consists of Tyler Daly and then Konny. So Tyler does all the singing on their songs. He sometimes raps as well, and then Konny does the rapping. They're both talented individually, but when they come together, it's just amazing. Kind of reminds me of like Chloe and Halle, how both separately they're amazing, but then when they come together, they have that whole Chloe and Halle sound. But yeah, I just love Children of Zeus. Children of Zeus really don't get the recognition they deserve. They're definitely one of my favorite groups. They're just so talented, and I feel like more people need to know who they are. More people need to listen to their music and share their music as well. I feel like us Children of Zeus fans need to share their music more and just help elevate them. I hope that they get the success and recognition that they deserve and then some, because talent like that needs to be shared with the world. This was the second time that I've been to Electric Brixton's. The first time was for a Teacher Moses concert. So when I got to the venue, I was thinking of going to the middle floor because they have like 3 floors. But then when I got to the middle section, there was this like barrier thing in front of where you stand, and it was so tall, like I could not see. I was like, no, I can't be here. And then I was like, oh, I don't really want to go to the top. I was there when I saw Teacher Moses and it was a good view, but I think I just wanted to be a bit closer. So that middle section would have been ideal, but it was just way too tall for me. So I went downstairs and then secured my spot in the front. Thank you to the girl who kindly offered to watch my space while I went over to have a look at the merch. So as you can see here, I got a tape. So this is from The Story So Far. Try and put it a bit closer so you guys can see. Yeah, this is the first project that they released. So on side A, it has Still Standing, Spoke With Me, Crown, Don't Say a Word, I Can't Wait, and No Strings Attached. And I'd say from side A, some of my faves are Still Standing, Smoke With Me, Don't Say a Word, and I Can't Wait. And then side B has No Sunshine Tomorrow, Push On, Elevate, Rock You Eternally, I Want You, and Tonight. And I would say from side B, my faves are Push On and I Want You. So yeah, I'm glad I have the tape. As you can see, I think it looks really aesthetically pleasing the way it's displayed. So I think it will look really nice on a display with like other tapes that I have and with other vinyl. And if you watched my vinyl collection video, you'll see how I talked about that I'm collecting vinyl for aesthetics purposes, but also because I have this fear that one day streaming services just won't exist anymore, or something will happen to like Apple Music or Spotify or YouTube or any other streaming services that people use, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Deezer, Amazon Music. Like something could happen to these companies, like you never know, and we're placing so much trust in them. Like it's very scary to think that all of the songs that I listen to are placed in these different companies, and if they go bust tomorrow, decide, oh yeah, we're just gonna close our music service offering, that will just be gone. So I think it's really important to buy music if you can, if you're in a position to. And yeah, I always say to myself as well, I need to actually make a list of all the songs that I know and love, because if these streaming services do disappear, at least I will have like a list of my music library. Even though I don't have the actual songs, if I have a list of them, I'll know what I need to kind of get. So yeah, I definitely need to start buying more CDs, tapes, vinyl, because yeah, it is in the back of my mind that one day we might end up going back to consuming music the way we used to, or the way of consuming music might change again. Yeah, I just feel like we shouldn't put too much trust in these streaming services, despite how amazing they are, because yeah, we don't know what the future holds. I also got a hoodie as well in double XL. I love a good baggy jumper. I love it baggy. Comfort is key. And yeah, I'll probably just wear this around the house and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the front of it. And it says Children of Zeus. And then on the back, it just has all the tour dates of the Balance tour that they're doing. And yeah, so you can see the Balance logo that was on the album art, but on the jumper it's red. On the album, this is in white, and the album is white and blue. But yeah, I really like the merch. It's nice. It feels like good quality, so I know it'll be of comfort when I wear it. I'm looking forward to wear it. Bobafatt's music selection was on point. It was so great to hear the crowd sing along to songs like Watching Me by Jill Scott, Erykah Badu's On and On, Jill Scott's Golden. He was playing A Tribe Called Quest, Anderson .Paak, Solange. Like, it's just my kind of music, and the crowd singing along like, yeah, you guys are my kind of people as well. It was such a vibe. And there's a point during his set where people were dancing, and because I was in the very front, like I couldn't see who it was exactly. I could just hear noise and see flashing lights and feel the good vibes and energy, and I was like, damn, I wish I could see who was dancing, because I just know from the way everyone was reacting that it was going off. If anyone is watching this that was there and has that footage, please can you send it to me? I would love to have a look. Although the music selection was on point, I feel like the transitions between one song to another could have been a bit better and smoother. But it's mad, people say these days, oh, music selection is all you need to be a DJ these days. Like, people tell me that I should DJ because of my music taste. And I do really want to learn, but I feel like if I was to do it, I'd want to take it seriously in all the different aspects. Yes, I think music selection is the most vital point to be a DJ, but I'd also want to master transitions and really think about the transition between each song that I play very carefully and make sure that it's seamless and smooth. And then people always say, oh, you don't even really need to learn now, the technology does it for you. But I would want to do it properly. I wouldn't really want to rely on technology to DJ for me, because I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out. So yeah, I'd want to learn to do it properly and master all of the different elements to DJing. I got put onto new songs as well, which is always a bonus. I love that when you go to a show and the music's just playing beforehand and you're like, oh, what's this tune? I haven't heard this. Let me get that Shazam out. Love it when Shazam comes through for you. Move is such a tune. I'm so glad that I got to hear it live, and I was really happy when it was announced that Lynda Dawn was going to be the support act. Shout out to Konny for putting me onto Lynda Dawn. So if you don't know, Konny DJs and also has his own radio show on NTS, so I definitely recommend checking that out. It's a great show. I'll link it in the description box. He put me onto Lynda Dawn when I was listening to one of his shows, and I was like, I love this song. And when I first heard Move, I was like, wait, I know this beat. And it's because the same sample is used on this song called Heaven that I know. I'll definitely recommend checking it out. I'll put it here, and I'll put the name of the sample as well, because I was like, I wonder what that sample is. But yeah, I'll definitely recommend checking out Konny's radio show. I feel like we have similar music tastes, so a lot of the tunes that he plays, I'm like, yes, you be knowing. And then he also puts me onto new stuff as well, which is amazing. So yeah, it's such a vibe. Definitely check it out. Lynda was a great performer. Her background singers were brilliant. Her keys player was brilliant as well. There were even times in her set where I saw a bit of Solange in her. I saw like similarities between the two of them at certain points, and I was like, oh, I wonder what a collab would be like between these two. I really loved the way they did their intros. So we could hear Tyler singing Sunrise off stage, and then he came out, and then they transitioned into the story so far. And I just really loved the way they did that. Honestly, Tyler has one of those once in a generation voices. He sounds just like the studio version of their songs as well. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Honestly, like top tier.
So we're in big bad London, and that's how quiet you're gonna be. I'll sing that shit like you mean it, let's go. Yeah, looking at this play from like Tyrone.
Before the song started playing, Konny was like, who's gonna come and light some up after the show? And I just knew when he said that Smoke With Me was coming. We weren't loud enough for Konny either, so he was like, pull up the track and sing that again louder. But Smoke With Me is such a tune. You can tell it's a crowd favorite as well, because the way everyone was going crazy, it was such a great performance. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Before they performed No Love Song, they divided the crowd up in half. So the side I was on, we had to sing You Don't Want to Put Your Money on Me. And then the other side of the crowd had to sing I'm Gonna Let You Down. And I really like how they did that. I feel like that was different. It got us involved in a different kind of way. And you don't really see many people do that at their shows. So I thought that was a really nice touch. And it kind of reminded me of being in choir at school, and I loved when we got split into groups and we do like rounds and call and response and that kind of stuff. So it reminded me of that, and I really liked how they did that. Stay tuned for part 2 to see footage of that performance. Wrapped in these arms, drowned in these kisses, thou shalt never be afraid. I was so happy that they performed this. This is one of my favorite songs from the album. They also released a video for it, so check out the I Need You video if you haven't already. Konny killed his verse.
I'm halfway to an obsession, whole night stress, head laying by your breast, praying I am blessed, saying I am best. I had to say it with my chest on, screaming from the rooftops. Trust me, when you're an introvert who's got anxiety, you pick the fucking shittest job in the world to have all that shit, and you're still there, you lot making it feel easier, yo, trust me. Wow.
I hear what Konny was saying when he's like, I picked the worst job in the world, but at the same time, I feel like when introverts are in extroverted careers or spaces and they're able to thrive, I feel like it's very inspiring. It makes me rate people more, because it's like, wow, you're going through that, or you're that type of person, but you're able to thrive in a completely different space or area that's not exactly the most comfortable to you. I get social anxiety and I am introverted as well, and people wouldn't think that from me having this channel, but obviously I'm literally just talking to a camera, no one else is here. But it's like, when you put it out, people think, oh, I wouldn't guess that you're like that, or you struggle with those things or battle with those things. But yeah, I do, it's real, and I guess, yeah, working on this platform will help me manage it and battle it. And yeah, definitely get what Konny was saying, but it makes me rate him even more that he is able to perform so brilliantly, even though he does have anxiety and even though he is introverted. Children of Zeus know how to do mashups, boy. Like, honestly, some of the best mashups that I've ever seen at concerts. And we didn't just get one, we got multiple throughout the whole show. And I feel like doing mashups sometimes is like a risky choice because it's like people like the songs for what they are. So it's like, do I just perform the songs as it sounds on a studio version to make people happy, or do I try and mix it up? I feel like it's a bit of a gamble because people could love it or they could hate it. But I feel like the mashups that they did were really good, and some of them I didn't even expect. So they performed Be Someone, and then they mashed it up with Hoodman to Manhood, but the beat was on a Big Papa beat. And I never expected it. I was like, what? Okay. It was sick, and it was so good to hear that. I love that I didn't expect it. It really came out of nowhere, but it worked so well. Tyler's voice sounded really nice on that beat. Make sure you stay tuned for part 2 to watch that footage. You don't want to miss it. Every time I hear Big Papa, I always think of this meme. It's so funny, it makes me laugh every time. They also mashed up the most humblest of all time ever with the SWV's Rain. Konny killed his verse, and the way they mashed it up again was just so seamless. Tyler's cover of Rain was amazing. And I love the way they brought the most humblest of all time beat back into Rain. That mix was sensational. Whoever did that, big ups to you. Like, on point, honestly. You really need to stay tuned for part 2 and watch that footage because honestly it was the best. And then they did a mashup between I Want You and Mary J. Blige's My Life and Roy Ayers' Everybody Loves the Sunshine, again on point. And I love that they didn't just do one or the other, and by that I mean didn't just mash it up with Mary J. Blige's My Life or Roy Ayers' Everybody Loves the Sunshine. I love that they incorporated both of them because both of those tunes are honestly iconic.
Somebody say yeah, yeah. But if you're really with us, please, somebody say yeah, 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 yeah.
You could tell that a lot of thought was put into the sequencing of the show and how they introduced the songs and how they move from one song to the next. It's those things that make all the difference to a great show, and I really love the effort that they put into their show. You could really tell that a lot of hard work, no pun intended, was put into the show. Still Standing is one of my favourite Children of Zeus songs as well. I love the lyrical content of that song. You accept what you deserve because you deserve what you accept. Ain't that the truth? Woo!
Somebody say cool. You know it.
Love me forever. More than a friend, and a friend, and a friend, and a friend, and a friend. Whoa. I know I'm far from perfect. Baby, together so what's real? The negativity. Can we find? I was born in Manchester on a council estate.
Wow, what a performance. Konny and his damn pull-ups. Usually I get so annoyed when people continue to pull up songs because it's like I have to get hyped up all over again. Like the mood that I am in the second time is not the mood that I was in when I first heard the tune and got all hyped. But for this show, actually, I didn't actually mind the pull-ups. They weren't actually annoying me. But Hard Work, another tune with great lyrical content, great message. Love that song so much. The transition, the mashup was so sick. I was hyped. You could just hear me screaming in the background and shouting all kind of madness. And I love how Children of Zeus rep Manchester wherever they go. Manchester has so much talent, man. I've only been there a couple of times, but the times that I've been there, I just felt such great vibes, and I would love to go back and explore it properly. Now that city has too much talent. I remember putting one of my cousins onto Children of Zeus, and I played Hard Rock for her, and I loved just seeing her reaction to the song. It made me feel like I was experiencing the song for the first time all over again by seeing her reaction. Priceless. Are you mad? Are you actually mad? The vibes were on 10 throughout the whole concert, but this one was a special one. This one was one of my favorite performances. And that's even saying something, because I wish that they did the Z Bias remix, but this one was still amazing. Oh, it's the mashups for me. It's the mashups and transitions for me. Oh my gosh, it's the way they just dropped in songs like Gabriel and Soul Fever like it's nothing. You know, just sprinkle a little bit of that, sprinkle a little bit of that, bring back in vibrations. I'm speechless. I don't even have the vocabulary to describe how much I love that. And as you can hear in the footage, I was just going crazy because those two songs are some of my favorite songs ever. And I feel like when I play that song for people, people are either like to me, what do you know about that tune? What do you know about these tunes? Or they'll either say, oh my gosh, like your music taste is amazing. What song is this? Like, thanks for putting me on. So to hear those two songs in their set was just everything. What an amazing show. I will honestly never forget it. I can't wait to watch the footage back over and over and over again and get my life every single time. I'm grateful for the effort that was put into the show. Shout out to Alex as well. It was great to see a woman DJ. She was on job, and we need to see more women DJs. Please, please, please check out Children of Zeus's music if you haven't already. And if you are already familiar with them, make sure you're sharing that music with your friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances, etc. Put people on. Children of Zeus to the world, as they say. More of the world needs to know who they are because they're honestly too talented, and I just want to see them win and win big. If they're coming to a city near you or a town near you, definitely check them out because I'd really recommend seeing them live. Watching my footage is not enough. You need to experience them live in the flesh.